um, I guess yeah. Before I finish this, I want to tell you one more thing, and that is, um, if you don't want to initialize your variable with some value when you create it, you can also do that. So I can just say let username and um, don't set it equal to anything. So this is uh, when I'm creating the variable here. So I'm just creating it, I'm not initializing it to some value, and later I can set it to some value like so. If I don't put semicolon, it should still work. So let's see. Yeah, it works. So if you don't set it equal to anything, you'll see that it will tell you that it's undefined, like you haven't defined it, you haven't set it equal to something. So we can also do that in JavaScript. So obviously we can store any constant value in it. So let's see, let uh, a number equals 1.3 e plus 10 and console.log a number, right? So yep, 13 billion. uh what else? Yep. So there are few rules when you want to create a variable. The first rule is it must start um, with first rule, it must start with either underscore or a letter. Okay, it can be small or capital, but this is the rule. It and second rule is it should not start with a number or any other special character, right? So if you are creating a variable name with underscore username and you're setting it to something, it's going to work because we did not break any rule here. So yep. See, it gives me correct output, or it can start with a letter, capital letter or small letter, it will be valid. But if you put dollar here and then you run it, it still works. So dollar also works. So let me see, pound, right? Pound. So yep. So pound won't work. So I guess dollar also works. So we can also include dollar in here. So it can start with underscore or dollar or a letter, capital or small. So that's how you can create variables. There are few conventions that you can follow. For example, if you're creating constant variable, which it's going to store a constant value that's not going to change during the execution of program, you can put it all capital letters. So let's say const pi 3.14. So that if you are using capital letters for your constant variables, then it will be easier for you as a programmer to understand the code. So if you see anywhere pi is being multiplied with some number, right? We'll learn arithmetic later on, but for now I'm just showing you that if you see that kind of a thing, then if you're following this convention, then you will understand that Okay, this is a variable which is constant, and if you have some other convention, like there are few conventions where you create variables with underscores, like user name, and you put something in it. There's another convention when you're creating variable, and that is called camel case, which is user and name. So you start with a small letter, and then each word um, in your complete variable name, you capitalize the word. So this is called camel casing, and this is um, underscore basically. So if you have a large a big, like a big variable name, uh, like let's say let a user has balance equals true. So then you can either use this underscore thing, or you can use user has balance equals true. So these are two styles which you often find. uh, so you should know that these are few conventions on how other people create their variables. And yes, so this is pretty much all for this video part. We learned a lot about variables, about how can we store constant values in them, and I guess it's best time to practice some, create some variables and put some constant values in them, and do console logs to see if those variables contain the values that you have stored in them. So for now, I think this is all, and I will see you in the next video.